Okay, good. So give you a refresh before we look at your question. Okay. Okay. I remember the last few minutes of our previous lesson, right? We talked about logarithm, and these are indices. Okay, they are opposite of each other. Am I right? So the example can be 2x equals to 2 to the power x is equal to 5. Okay, so how do we find x? Okay, so we can actually use this rule. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So therefore, the power x here is our c, right? Right.
Yeah.
So therefore, this should give us log 2 5 equals to x. And then, of course, how to solve this? X is equal to lg5 over lg2. Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
um, this is a refresh of what we talked about. Okay. So now let's go on to your question. Okay. So okay, you asked me about whether your question is correct, or you want to what you want to ask me about your this question.
Like, I found out that my answer is wrong, but I don't know why is it wrong. Like,
Oh,
what's wrong? Like, okay.
okay. So let me just copy down your. Okay, I give you another question first. Okay. So
Okay.
let's say we are talking about this question. Okay. Usually I don't like to um give you the answer to your question. Okay. I don't want to like give you the answer for your question. I want to give you a simple example, and then by looking at this example, and you should be able to figure out the answer for yourself. Okay, that's the thing I want you to learn. Okay, so let's look at this question together. So, can you see the question?
Can.
Okay, so the technique, right? The technique to solve this is the question we ask ourselves is so clearly 7 and 10, what it means. There is no common base, right? There is no common base. Okay, right? Because
Okay.
we always look for what? We always look for a common base, and then we just compare the power. So last time I remember, if we have questions like this, right? So what we do is we try to change this 16 to 2 to the power of 4. So in this case, we have a common base 2, and then we just do what? We just take out the
Okay.
power, right?
Yeah.
Right now. So for this question, we 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 uh we our objective is to make the base the same, and then we compare the power. Okay, but in this case, the question we are talking about here is we don't have a common base. Okay, so when we don't have a common base, of course there are other methods we can solve. Okay, if there is no common base, then the question I ask myself is, do I have a common power? Do I have a common power?
X.
Yes. So that means, so there is a common power. In this case is x. Okay. So if there is a common power, then I can make use of common power. Okay. So let me go ahead and try it out. So indices, if you have minus 2, what it means is you have 10x divided by 10 to the power of 2. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you transform the right hand side to this one. Okay, and then what? And then you start to see, oh, now you have a common base x already. Okay, over here the question given, right? This one, the power is actually x minus 2, and this one, the power is x. So strictly speaking, the power is still not common yet. But once you do until this step, right, then the power is common. Am I right?
Yes.
Then what you do is, if you have a common power, and then you just group them. Okay? How do you group them? So what you do is, you have 10x over 7x equals to 10 to the power of 2. Okay? Can or not? Do you know? Do you know how I go from here to here?
No.
So what you do is, you just give yourself simple example. So 2 is equal to 6 over 3. So in this case, your 6 is this 10x. Okay? Your 2 is your 7x. Okay? So therefore your 3 in this case is equal to 6 divided by 2, right? So similarly, my 10 square is equal to 10x divided by 7x.
Okay.
Okay, can? Okay, good. So this is a bit of basic math, but you can actually use a simple example to illustrate to you. So right now, your left hand side is quite clear already. Okay, your left hand side is equal to, let me continue. So from here I continue. So the left hand side is 10 over 7 equals to 100. Am I right?
Yes.
Then from here, then you just use the formula from this. Use this formula for the for this. So x is the power. So therefore, what you get is, you have log 10 over 7 should be at the base, and then 100 should be here. Okay. So in this case, x is equal to log 100 over. So I just get it into the another slide. Okay. So x is equal to what? So x in this case equal to LG 100, and then LG bracket 10 over 7. Okay, you must, when you punch your calculator, you must punch LG bracket 10 over 7.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. So this is how you find x. Okay, so so probably you are thinking, hey teacher, your method, the method you are teaching right now is a bit different from the method I use in the picture you showed me, right? You must be asking that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So because I want you to realize one thing, there are different methods to solve one question. Okay, so I just want to show you that your thought process should always be asking yourself the first question: is there a common base? If there is no common base, the second method you should think of: is there a common power? Over here, I use common power. If there is no common base, there is no common power, what you do? Then only you can try to use your method, which is what I'm going to illustrate to you. So can I illustrate to you?
Okay.
So illustrate to you with this same question. Okay, let me take a look at if my question is similar. Okay, uh, actually, for your question, right, you can also use common power to do it lah. I just want you to note that down. Okay, okay. So right now I'm going to use your method. Okay, your method is, you are trying to, so your method is something like this. Let's say I give you a simple example first. Your simple example can be 2 half a equals to 442. Okay, so for this question, right, for this question, what you do is you can times 2 on both sides, right? So once you times 2 on both sides, what you get is you have a and then you have 84. Okay, so similarly, you are trying to use this concept. Okay, in in math, if you want to add 2 on the left, you need to add 2 on the right to balance it out. So in this case, you times 2 on the left, you times 2 on the right. The question is balance. That's why you can make use of this method. That's why you can end up with A equals to 84. Okay, so similarly, for your indices question on top here, you can also use this concept by doing, you log both sides. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
You try to log both sides, right? So you log both sides. Actually, you can also use LG7x and then use LG10x minus 2. Okay, okay. You don't use LG,
Okay.
you can use ln as well if you wish. Okay, so let's say if you don't want to use ln, okay, let's say you say, oh, I don't want to use ln, I want to use 4 times, also can. But the question you ask yourself is, which one of these 3 can help you find out your x? That is the more important question. So clearly, all techniques here are okay. Okay, they are all correct. But which one can help you achieve your objective of finding x? I don't think these 3 can help. Okay, so you are left with 1 or 2. Okay, so by the way, even you can choose 2 to do it. Okay, so let me use 2 to do it. Okay, so when you have ln 7x and then ln 10 to the power x to minus 2, do you know that your this power you can bring down to the coefficient position? That is the technique. I mean, that is the formula you use. Okay, so far so good.
Okay.
Okay, then if you come to this part, right, then it becomes very simple. Okay, why? Because what you have here is nothing but cross multiplication. Okay, what I mean by that? So basically, let's say you have x over x minus 2 is equal to ln 10 over ln 7. Okay, how do I get
Mm.
this? How do I get this? Because if I cross multiply, I get back the above. This will be my yellow part, and then this is my green part after cross multiplication. Can you spot that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you reach this part, then everything is simple. Why? Because this question is now reduced to simple math. Am I right or
Mm.
not?
Right.
So that's how you should continue to solve it. Okay. So let me continue to finish this. So what you do is, in fact, you can actually find out what is on the right first by using a calculator. Can you help me out?
Okay.
So help me use your calculator like this. Punch like this. ln10 divided by ln7 with bracket. That's how you should be. That's how you should key this into your calculator.
Can I use like the over something?
Over is not preferred because uh, there is this thing I don't like about. Okay, so for this question, I rather I punch like this
Okay.
with bracket to tell the
Okay.
calculator. Oh yeah, I want the 1/7 to divide by my 2/3. Oh, okay.
So not must like bracket another time
Yeah.
cause like when you learn a number, there is already bracket for a number.
Uh, Okay, I understand you because you trying to say, oh, the calculator already know what I want. You know, sometimes the calculator don't know what you want. So, but with this right, you key into the calculator, right? You really want the calculator to take ln 10 as as a block.
Mm.
That means calculator, please help me find out what is the value of this. And then calculator, please help me find out what is the value of this. And then you use this value and divide by this value. So that means you spell out to the calculator clearly. Okay, so there is no ambiguity, no unclear, no unclear message to the calculator at all. Or you don't leave things to the calculator. I don't leave things to the calculator. I want it this way, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay? That's why I really want you to key in this manner. Oh, okay, so what do you get?
1.18.
Okay, so just take 1.18 first. Of course, it's many decimal places. Okay, so once you get this, then what you do is you just continue and just 1.18x minus the 2 times 1.18, then equals to x. So this one is like solving equation. So I'm not going to continue. Okay, so this is
Mm.
the way to solve this kind of question.
But can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like the one I did, right? I
Mm.
also used the similar method, but I didn't get the correct answer.
Let me double check. Use log, then use log. Okay.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm looking at your solution.
Okay.
Mm. Wow, you make this kind of mistake. Oh my god, you copy also copy wrongly.
Hmm?
You just look at your this step. Okay, your method is correct. This step is still correct, but when you write below, you write like this: -2. It's supposed to be -3.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, but
Okay. So by right, this question should be correct if I write it correctly.
yeah, correct. But it's good that you asked me this question because you start to realize you have more than one method to solve this question. Actually, you can use what? Common power to solve. Let me show you how you can use common power to solve. Yep. Do you want me to show you how to use common power to solve your question?
Is it very useful or something extra?
No, no. By the way, if you can use common power, right, you shouldn't use this log. You know why? Because sometimes the question wants you. I remember I got give you a question like that. You cannot use log both sides. You can only use common power to solve. You remember or you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, before this lesson, did I teach you log both sides? Did I?
I think
All right.
no.
All right. So that means
No.
I have not taught you how to log both sides. But for all the question, whether it's indices or logarithm, what method we use?
We change it to a common base.
Either common base or common power.
Uh-huh.
So there is a question that forces you to use common power to solve question. Um, I'm looking back at some of the questions we did last time. It's important actually because they really want you to use common power. They don't want you to use log both sides.
Okay.
Not here. Not here. It's under. Or do you have other question for me?
No, so actually have by email.
Also can you try to send me first because I'm looking for that question that they want you to do it in a common power. You cannot log both sides. Never mind, send me
Okay.
first. Yeah. Well, I'm looking for that question. This one. Okay, you send me first.
Okay, send you now.
Okay, good. So let me go through this question with you. I'm talking about this question.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see this question?
This is the first lesson.
Pardon? No, this
Is
is
this the
online. No, this is not the first lesson. This is the online. This is the online video that I asked you to watch.
okay.
You still have any? You still have any idea how to do this question?
This question?
Yeah. So, I'm not too sure if you can use log both sides to do this question because uh they don't want. I don't think they want you to use log both side method. Can you see the question already?
Yeah.
Ah, you cannot use log both side because they don't want you to find out x. They want you to find out 12x first. So in this case, you cannot use log both sides. Then how? So you need to use common power.
Okay.
So wait, never mind. You can you're using a phone, right? Okay, never mind. You try to do this question on a piece of paper first. Then yeah, try it out. While I look at your this email question. Bearing. How do I share? So have you copied down this question?
Yeah, the copy.
Okay, good. Because I want to get your this email question to my this computer also.
Is it I move the 3 to the power of 2x plus 1?
Pardon?
Do I move the 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 times 2 to the power of 3x minus 4? Do I like move it to the other side?
Oh, are you checking the question with me or what?
Yeah, because I don't know how to do this question.
Oh, okay, so that means basically you don't know how to do the question lah. So that means you cannot continue, right?
Yeah.
But I thought you at least know what to do. Okay, don't worry. That means okay, it's okay. Then I will just talk about this question straight away. Yeah, I thought you at least know. Okay, don't worry. So like right now, let me go through this question. I'm trying to get the email question to here. Let me see if I can get it. Let me get your email question to here first, huh? Okay, I can get the question already. So let's talk about the logarithm or the indices question first before I talk about this email question. Okay, good. So for this question, right, as you can see, you need to make it to the common power first. That is your objective. What's the common power here?
X.
Yeah. So it means you need to make everything to the power x first. You shouldn't see. Okay, of course you see what? You see what 2x, x and 3x. Okay, but that's not what you want. What you want is you want to have a common power of x, right? So all you need to do is you need to have something to the power of x. So let's say left hand side. Okay, how do you get to something to the power of x? Right hand side. How do you get to something to the power of x on top and then something to the power of x below? Okay, obviously your this 6x, right, already satisfied our objective. So you don't have to change your this 6 to the power x. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So can you continue from here? So get your your left hand side to something to the power x, and then right hand side something to the power x, Can I leave it to you and try?
Okay.
Okay.
Is it I break it up? Like,
Pick it up. Yeah, you need to pick
but
it up.
if I break it up, like the right hand side will be like 2 divide sine.
It's okay. Continue. As long as you think that, oh, I have already gotten something to the power x, and then, yeah, that's good enough. So can you show me what you have done?
I only break it up so far.
Yeah, good. No, okay. By the way, once you get it into something to the power x, something to the power x, that's what you need to achieve. Have you achieved that? If you
Yeah.
if you think you have done it, then just send it over. Let me take a look. By the way, my other student, right? I think one of them, one of them, yes. She just order order a new computer online already. She's also getting ready for the online learning next week for her school. She's a primary school student.
Oh, primary school.
Mm. Waiting for it. Yeah, good. Just received. Okay, so your left hand side. No your left hand side is still three to the power of 2x.
But there's a plus 1, that means it's times 3.
No, I don't want 3 to the power of 2x. I told you already, I want what? I want to the power of x only. I don't want to see what something to the power of 2x. I don't want. I don't want something to the power of 3x. No way. I want something to the power of x. You get my point or not?
Okay.
Okay, try.
How about the right hand side?
Same. I mean, I shouldn't see like 2x. And by the way, when you have divide and divide, right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But if you can combine some of them, you should combine some of them. Because ultimately what I want is I want to have, yeah, I let you know what I want. So once you have this left hand side, right, something to power x, right hand side something to power x, right, all you do is you have a common power. So what you when you have a common power, what you do? You just take out this is equal to this. You understand my point or not?
Oh, I know now.
Let's say left hand side is equal to half, and then this hand side is one third a. Then you just half equals to one third a. That's my objective. Okay. That's why I say use common power and then take out the base. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Is it something like that?
Let me good. Just receive. Very close. Okay. Very good. Okay. So never mind. Let me try.
Wait, I think
Very close already. Very close already. You think what? Hello.
I think I can do something with the 6, but I don't know what to do.
Hey, wait. Your right hand side. You look at your right hand side. Your 6x, right? It's not 6x. It's 6 to the power x.
Oh.
Can I continue from your work?
So this is 6 to the power x minus 1.
No. Can I continue from your work?
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. So basically, your RHS is 6 to the power x divided by 6. 8 to the power x, is it? Yeah.
Mm.
And then you divide by 6. And then your RHS is 3. I assume that your this what do you call this? I assume that your this transformation is correct first. Okay, let me, because I have not, so I assume your this transformation is correct. So let me continue from this. So can I
Wait,
can huh?
can I see the question? Yeah, because I
Ah,
still think it's 6x.
yeah,
I think I will confused.
6 to the power
Okay.
x, right? So,
Okay.
okay, good.
Yeah.
I continue from your work. So what I can do here is, that means basically I can get it into this form. Our LHS is equal to RHS. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Oh, I think times 6.
Then you times 6 on both sides. So you times 6, what you get? You should get 18, 9x. And this one, you're only left with this. Am I right? Hello?
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
you can do what? You can do this. Your this 18 is equal to 6x 8 to the power x divided by 9x. Okay? Then what you end up with is this. So you have 18 and that is equal to 6 over 8x divided by your 9x. So what you do is, let me get rid of the arrow. So what you get is 18 is equal to 6 over 8. Then you divide by 9, right? It's 9 to 9. Okay? Something like this. Okay? So you have 18 equals to 6 over 72. Okay? So you have 18 equals to 1 over 12x. Alright? So that means you have 18 equals to 1 to the power x and then 12 to the power x. You know 1 to the power x is equal to 1 to the power anything is equal to 什么?
0.
1 to the power 1, 1 to the power 0, 1 to the power negative 1, they are all equals to
1.
1. So that means on top you only get 1. So you already get your 12x.
12x is equals to
1 over 18. Okay? I mean, I'm just assuming that you help me do the RHS and LHS this, correctly. Okay? I just continue from your work. But I'm not talking about whether it's correct or not. I'm focused. I'm very focused on the method first. Okay?
okay.
Okay? So that's how you get your this 12x. The question asks for 12x, right? Yeah. The question asks for 12x. Okay?
So 12x. Okay.
Okay? So 12x is equal to 1 over 18. So 12x is equal to 1 over 18. Then what you do is use the log AB equals to C. Therefore, A to the power of C is equal to B. You use this to solve on top. Okay? Okay, good. So so far so good. So that's the reason why I want you to know sometimes some question you cannot use log both sides. Huh? Okay? So if I need to give you a summary, if I need to give you a summary, so the three techniques is common, base, equate the power. Method 1. Okay. Then method 2 is common what? Common power. Okay. Then method 3 is what? Ln both sides. Okay. So I always prefer this 1 and 2. Okay. Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Can we proceed to the email questions?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can I ask,
Ah.
like so far what we have learned, is it like all the logarithm for this chapter?
Oh yeah, we
Or
have
there's
learned
more?
all calculation questions on logarithm and indices. But when it comes to indices and logarithm, right, there is this small part that you need to know how to draw. Meaning you have e to the power of 2x. That means y equals to e to the power of 2x. They will ask you to sketch. That part we have not touched. You need to sketch this out. That one we have not touched.
Okay.
Or you have this y equals to ln 2x sketch. We have not touched this part. Okay? But the calculation one, yes. Okay? Okay?
Can.
Okay. Continue this question. Okay, what it says is Q is 35 kilometers from P and on a bearing of 32 degrees from P. So what you do is, okay, let's say you have your P here. It says from P a bearing of 32. From P, you go to the north, 32 degrees. So let's say this is 32 lah. I think this is more than 32 already. So just for this question, you need to use what? You need to use a projector. So let's say this is 32. Then it says 35. So this is where Q is. That's
Okay.
how you translate the first statement into mathematical representation. Okay.
Yes.
So now then it says R is 65 from P and on a bearing of 108 from P. So you need to go 108. 108 is somewhere here again. And then it's 65. So 108 means this entire one is 108. So can you help me out? 108 minus 32. Help me out. 108 minus 32.
76.
76. So therefore here is 76. Okay. So this point is your R. Then you form your this triangle. And then when it comes to this kind of question, right, what you do is you need to use sine rule, cosine rule, and then the area rule. So can you tell me the cosine rule? Can you tell me the sine rule?
The sine rule, is it sine something degrees over a length,
Correct.
then
Correct.
angle over length?
Correct. That one is given. So these two are given. Given in your what? In your formula sheet.
Mm.
You know or not?
Cosine rule is
Yeah, it's given. It's given in the formula sheet. You know about it. You don't know.
no.
You don't know.
No.
Okay, it's given now. So there is no point for you to memorize. Okay, so don't memorize. But of course, if you want to memorize, of course, good. You save yourself a lot of time. But actually, it's given. Okay.
Also, it's in the like in the exam they will give you the rule, is it?
Yes, sine rule and cosine rule. Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Then now I can start already. So it says find the distance between Q and R. Obviously, what they want is Q and R. So this one you use cosine rule. You use cosine rule to find. So QR square is equal to 35 square plus 65 square minus 2 times 35 times 65 cosine the angle that sandwich, which is 76.
oh, this one.
Okay. Then next, the bearing of R from Q. Bearing of R from Q. Where's Q? Oh, Q is here, right?
On top.
So you go to the north. Okay, if here's 32, right? What is here? 180 minus 32, right? So help me out. 180 minus 32.
76. Oh, sorry. 180.
Mm.
148.
Okay.
Wait, how you know?
Later. So I need to write down what I use. I use internal angle. I talk about the CFZ, right? When it comes to the parallel lines. This is the C. Hey, did we talk about this CFZ thing?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah. So I use the internal angle. So this one is 148. Okay?
So if the one is 148.
Yeah. No, wait. I mean, I just find out the angle, but of course, it might not help or it might help. Okay?
Okay.
So now they ask me to find what? Actually, they want me to find the bearing of R from Q. R from Q. R from Q means they want me to find this. So in order to find this, I need to find out what is this first. Then I use the 360 minus the 148 minus the question mark. Then I will get this.
I think I know how to do it.
Of course, you need to find how do you find question mark? Question mark is sine 76 over your QR, which is found above here. Is found above is equal to sine your question mark over the 65. So that's how you find your question mark, which is
Okay.
part 1 done, part 2 done. Okay, right now, a ship set sail at 9:30 from P. Okay, a ship here, 9:30. By the way, they are using the 24-hour clock. Okay, so directly to R means straight, and then at an average speed of 30 km per hour. So the distance is 65, and reaches a point S due south of Q. So it means a point that is directly down here. Okay, on S. Okay, find the time when it reaches S. So you need to find out where is this point S.
So
But you know this is 32, right?
yeah.
This is 32. Then this is what? 76. That means you have this angle already. 180 minus 32 minus 76. What do you get?
32.
108. Is it 108? Help me out. I don't know.
Wait, why minus? Should it be 32 degrees plus 76 degrees, then bracket minus 180 to get the angle.
Hold on. I'm looking at this. Hold on. Let me clear up. I'm looking at this triangle. I'm looking at this triangle. That's why I use 180 minus. Minus my first angle, then the second angle.
No, but I mean like,
I minus this angle, and then I minus this angle, then I should get this angle.
so it's 180 minus 32 plus 76, right?
If you use plus, then it should be bracket already.
Yeah.
Okay.
72.
Answer is
72.
okay. Good. So this is called angle sum of a triangle. Like I say, whatever rule you use, you must write it down. Okay, so this is 72. Okay, so now I'm going to erase because some of them not needed. Okay, this is 72 degree. Okay, if this is 72 and 10,
Have to find PR.
you need to find what? PR 65.
PR already have, right? So that is sine rule.
No, okay, hold on. Your this, okay, first thing first, I have all the angle already. This is 32, and then this is 76. Okay, then the 35 is too big. Let me make it smaller. This is 35. So I think you can find out what is your QS already.
Yeah.
I can extract it out for you to see.
Wait, do we need to know what's QS? We don't.
Maybe no need, but just to let you know.
Okay.
So, okay, I think with this, you can find out what is your PS already.
Yeah.
So once you find your PS, then you just PS divide by the speed, then you get the time. Then after that, the time, let's say is let's say is 1 hour. So that means they want to find the time, not how long. You need to differentiate these two. How long means in terms of hours. The time means it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30. Okay.
So we just take the hour.
Let's say you get your time is 1 hour, then you just 1 hour plus your starting time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this question is on sine rule, cosine rule.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, then you need to make use of the CFZ concept. You still remember?
Can remember.
Can or cannot?
Can.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So what is so hard about this question? Nothing, right?
Nothing. It's just that the first part, the cosine rule, then I didn't thought about that formula.
Oh,
Then
whenever, right? Okay, just to give you a summary of triangle. So there are only a few types. Okay, let me see. You have okay. Let's talk about triangles. So one of them is right angle triangles, and the other one is any triangle. Okay, a bit ugly. Let me withdraw the any triangle. So I always like to say what? I always like to, whenever you are given a question, your job is to what? Your job is to link this question to the concepts you have learned. Okay, if you are able to learn, if you are able to link, right, then your job is half done already. Okay, so when you have right angle triangle, what you can think of is the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and then what else? The Tokaso. Okay, and that's all. So when you're given a right angle triangle, think of this. Okay, but when you're given any type of triangle, okay, you should be able to link it to sine rule, cosine rule, and the area rule. You still remember the area rule? No?
Is it a half
Half AB sine
AB?
the angle that is sandwiched by this AB. Okay, so that's
Okay.
all. That's all you need to learn. I mean, that's all you need to remember for this any triangle. Okay, and the question here is clearly any triangle. Okay, the question here is any triangle. Okay or not?
Yeah.
Okay, and then another thing I want you to note is over here it says what the bearing of 32 degrees, right? Because over here I'm assuming this. I'm assuming this is north, south, west, and east. You know, sometimes the question can give you sometimes the question can give you like this. This is the north. Then you have to adjust accordingly already. So what do I mean by that? Okay. Let's say now this north is no longer straight up. Okay. Let's say the north is like this. So you need to change your you need to change accordingly. You understand what I'm going to say now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say if your north is here already. So all you need to do, so let me just do the first statement. So your Q is 35 kilometers from P, and then you're on a bearing of 32. So that means if this is your P, 32, it means this is your 32. Okay? And then your this 35 kilometers is here. So your this Q is here already. Can you see? Then can you compare this to this? Can you see or not?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to be very careful. You cannot just assume the north is always straight up. Okay, you need to look at the question. Can you compare this to this? So basically, what it means is if your north gets tilted, you also need to tilt. Can you see it?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the this can be a very common mistake because a lot of students also assume the north is upward. If the question never states, of course, it's always upward. But if the question says it's this manner, then you have to draw accordingly. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I actually still got question on logarithm.
Okay. Is it a very big question or what?
No, just a small question.
Okay, 来 send me.
Yeah. This one is just like evaluate. Like they never ask to solve, I think.
I know. Okay, let me look ahead. Is it log 8 or log 9?
Log A. Yeah, log A to the power of 36 and log A to the power of 1 over 216.
Use calculator, is it?
I think can.
Then if that's the case, you can change. You can wait. By the way, this question is nothing but this. Nothing but this. Can you see similarity? This is your log A, and then this is your 36. Then this is your 1 over whatever. Can you see? How you solve this? Punch your calculator.
So the whole thing is equals to A.
Punch your calculator like this. Okay? Or if you don't like the over, you use divide. So the top part divided by this one. Okay? That's it.
A is,
Huh?
so A is equals to the answer that I get.
Wait. Did you send me the answer? 2. You
No,
get 2, is it?
No, there's no answer.
No, I asked you to punch a calculator for me.
Minus 2 over 3.
Yeah, so that's the answer. If the basically you just need to punch this into the calculator, that's all. But the concept is what? The concept is this. Okay?
Can I ask one more question?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So for this question,
yeah.
So for this question, A is equals to minus 2 over 3.
Wait. Are they asking for A or they're asking for what they are? The question asking for what? They are not asking for
Evaluate.
A. They say evaluate, right? Evaluate means they want the value of this entire thing. That's the meaning of it. They want the value of this entire thing. They never say find A, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't want the value of A. No. If they say they want the value of A, right, they will say find the value of A. Now they don't want the value of A. They want the value of this entire thing, which is inside the box. Okay. Unless they say find the value of A, then you need to specifically find A. But now they don't want to find the value of A. Okay. Okay. Any more questions?
No more already. Wait, actually, got one more.
One more again. Okay, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the steps that I do is correct.
Is it a big question or very small question?
Sorry.
You send me the question, please. Okay, this question, right, what I see is you just need to make y equals to log 3x, and then basically you end up with a quadratic equation, and then that's all. Okay? Okay, and by the way, we have plenty of examples of such question. You should go and watch my previous first and second video, and then look for a similar question on this, and you can check the answer yourself. And let me give you a hint whether you get the correct answer or not. Okay, you just need what you need to do. Let's say your x equals to 81, right? Hello. Actually, your x is plus minus 81, but you have to reject your 81. Come on. You have to reject your minus 81. Hey, we have a question like this. Come on. Just the value is different only. Okay. Why you need to reject minus 81?
Because math error.
Yes. Okay. That's one mistake you have. Another mistake is, I'm not sure whether it's a mistake or not, but definitely you need to write down this. That's one. The next one is, all you need to do is you just key in this. You key in your 81 to the question and see if you get whether this equation is valid. So basically, you just key in your 81 into all this. Use your calculator. So basically, you get the value of this. You get the value of this, and see if these two values add up to the value of this. If it adds up to the value of this, that means your answer is correct. Oh, that's how you check. That's how you check before your teacher marks it for you.
Okay.
Okay. But hey, we have a question like this, lah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have two or more than two questions like this. I also do. I also. Not second lesson. I mean the first lesson. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
So next time, if you see similar question, then you just look at the. Then clearly you didn't watch my video already. You didn't get the minus 81.
No, this one is last.
Last one. You have
I
no
don't
excuse.
know.
You have no
Last
excuse. The video is all there for you to watch anytime. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So by the way, this video is also uploaded soon. So no excuse. If next time you ask me similar question, if I see you make the mistake that I emphasize, that means I don't want to answer you.
Okay.
Can?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. So okay, that's it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Get yourself ready
Okay.
for your school e-learning also. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye. Take care. I'll stop sharing.